This week, we continue our conversation with Jackson, Mississippi futures broker Nolan Cullen. He's been keeping his eye on what could be the top ag stories for 2017. In part 2 of our interview, he talks about Mississippi's crop outlook and how proposed trade rules could impact farmers in the year ahead.
One only has to turn on the TV to hear talk about trade.
And for Nolan Cullen, he's been hearing it a lot. For most farmers, the end result from the field to the pasture will either end up on a dinner plate or loaded up to be shipped overseas. That means farmers are at the mercy of how the United States conducts itself when dealing with trade partners. And with the new president comes a new way of doing business, especially when the new president is a businessman.
This is certainly a factor that the new administration will be looking at. I think in the future we'll begin to hear more and more the word Trumponomics. The new president definitely has an opinion about trade, and he wants to do something about it.
That plan could include an overhaul with trading partners in the Far East. According to Cullen, what happens on that front will be the biggest ag story of 2017.
I think one of the big areas that the market will be very sensitive to will be trade with China. The new administration has some very fixed views on what trade should be, how it should be distributed, and who our trading partners will be. And I think we'll see some changes relative to trade, both domestically and internationally.
Besides trade, Cullen says Mississippi could see some movement with farmland and fluctuating numbers in the state's major crops.
I think we can look forward to seeing a redistribution of some of the acres. Certainly there's a belief at this point that we'll see corn acres decline, soybean acres increase, and probably cotton acres increase.
All in all, Cullen believes that with the distribution shift, agriculture as a whole will remain largely unchanged for Mississippi in that regard. I'm Troy Moling reporting.